Hi guys, it's Chris here, the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the shop. I'm going to call this episode 22 of the Great Shop Cleanup because there's stuff in the shop that needs cleaning up. Now, there's been a bit of a setback. I was out the other weekend just for half an hour and I may have been having a nap. We've had a busy time lately. I come back here and Christine looks at me and says, "You might be disappointed, you might not be." She accepted a load of e-waste. Now that voids our, not voids, but it breaks our rule, our primary rule at this stage at phase one of our shop cleanup, because we're going to have to leave here. The place is for sale. And phase one was not take any new stock, not buy any more deals, stop getting e-waste from the charity shop, put a stop to everything. I have been letting a few things sneak through under the umbrella of that's what I collect. So I get the odd CRT TV, I get a bit of vintage hi-fi gear. Just this afternoon I have to go and look at some old bottles. That's fine. I collect all that. That's my get out of jail free card. In Christine's defence, the stuff is kind of in line with what I collect. So let's say she didn't do anything wrong, because if we say that, she won't do it again. I wouldn't mind her doing it again. Come and have a look. It's some pretty cool stuff, but it has caused us a bit of a setback in our progress cleaning out the storeroom. So I come back to the shop to this pile of stuff. Now I had this area almost cleaned up, and this is where the e-waste used to get dumped when I was taking e-waste. And this is a lot of vintage gear. There's a kitchen appliance there, but it's a nice retro one. There's a Singer sewing machine in the case, but there's a lot of video gear. There's a Bakelite radio. There's some camera stuff. And it was just too interesting to say no to. At least that's what Christine thought, and I would have been exactly the same had the lady come in when I was here. So yes, I'm not supposed to be taking any more, but unfortunately, yes, it now has put us back one episode on getting something out of the storeroom. But let's go through it and see what I've got. Let's forget about all the negatives. This is exciting. Exciting and potentially quite valuable. And let's face it, we're still in business. We still need to pay our bills. We still need an income. So I would be silly to knock back stuff that was just going to be thrown out, taken to e-waste. So it'd be interesting to see what value this works out at. I've had a quick scan to make sure there's no junk. I kind of got a rough idea what's in here, but I don't really know much about all of the stuff. I didn't unbox some of them. This one looks to be a soldering station. So Weller was a very good brand, or probably still is. So perhaps I'll adjust the camera and we'll go through, we'll have a look at the Weller. And I'm not sure what's in this box. Looks like some sort of editing viewer. There was a bit of camera gear, film stuff. So we'll have a look at these two, and I'll keep bringing the stuff up to the bench, and we'll just do a bit of a list. I'll do a bit of research and we'll see how much value we've got and what we've saved from being basically dumped. Okay, we'll start with this soldering iron. And you will notice I've covered Christine's counter. I've been told off numerous times from a few of you guys for unpacking dirty things on Christine's cutting mat, and fair point too. I should be more considerate, even though I always cleaned it down neatly afterwards. Well, this is cool. Okay, I have a soldering iron station at home that's a fairly cheap modern one I bought online. I've never really had a Weller. It looks like it's a good unit. Still looks in okay condition. So maybe I should keep this. Not necessarily upgrade, because sometimes I need a soldering iron in a different part of the shed and it's always a pain to unplug my other one. Don't know what this is though. It's got a bolt. Oops. It's got a bulb on it. The rubber's okay. It looks a bit perished, but it still works. I think that's probably some sort of solder extractor, solder sucker. I'll have to give that a try. So it's going to need I don't think there's any normal soldering tips in here. The box has been wet, unfortunately. So the instructions have glued themselves to the bottom of the box. It's all coming apart. I'm sure you can buy replacement tips for these. So I'll give this one a go at home. I think it's probably too good to sell. Very nice. I will write down a rough value though. I'll check it out online. And that way we'll get an idea of how much value was dropped off here. Cool. Okay, back to this one. It is, oh yes, it is an editing gadget. I've had these before. It looks okay. Again, the box is a bit rough and it looks like it's been wet. what brand was it? Sandstar. Don't know the brand. And we have some other bits in here. This is something I won't be keeping. I will be selling this. The cord looks okay. It's kind of melted itself into the polystyrene. It did that. It must have been some sort of chemical reaction between the rubber of the cord and the polystyrene. Not sure what that liquid is. We do have a book here. And it's welded itself to the cardboard because it's been wet. Oh, yeah, it's torn the book. Okay, it's had some issues. Still kind of useful, not really, that's a shame. Alright, well, I'll clean this up. I think the unit itself should be quite functional. It doesn't look damaged. I guess it's got a light in there. We can power it up, see if it works. I won't be cleaning up things so much for this video, but I'll price them out assuming that they clean up okay and test out alright. But that looks like it's going to be a functional unit. Don't know what they're worth. I would be guessing maybe $20, $30. Oh, the small gadget is a universal splicer, so that must be a separate piece. So that might be worth $5 on its own. I'll have to take all these home and clean them up and test them. All right, next couple of items. I'm not really sure what that is, something electronic. We'll get to that in a second. I've had these before. It's a Monia 1970s era crockpot. We've got a book, Monia Crockpot Cookery, Margaret Fulton, a well-known name in cookbooks and cookery from the 60s, 70s. This one's very 70s. Look at the controller. Can you get any more retro than that? Looks in great condition. The actual pot itself isn't damaged. It has a plastic lid. It's a little cloudy, but it might clean up better. And it's actually in excellent condition. Now the crock pot doesn't come out of this. I think it's fixed. Some of them are removable, but this one isn't. I would think this is possibly worth $40, $50 if it tests out okay. They are very sought after, these early ones, and they do usually work. They're pretty much indestructible. These things don't break down. And it's in good condition, other than the cloudiness in the lid, which I think might actually come off. I don't think that's ingrained into the plastic. I can kind of polish it with my fingers a bit. So I'll give that a clean and a test on the appliance tester at home, but I would bet next week's wages that the element in that's fine and it will still work perfectly. They just don't seem to blow up. So nice, we could get close to $50 there. And now, what is this thing? It looks electronic, it looks maybe audio. It's a cassette deck. Something, stereo twin singer. Certainly plays cassettes. And that's not a CD, is it? It's too early for a CD player. How does that open? Oh, look at that. It's a little turntable. Does it not open up any higher than that? I think that's about it. It has a tone arm. It'll only play, oh, that can come out, okay. It would only play, oh, I suppose it could play a long play 33 1/3 full-size record, because it can go right back over the top of where the cassette is. So a record player, cassette deck, in portable form. Could you imagine playing a record with this sitting up on your shoulder walking down the street like a boombox? I don't think it was meant for that, but it's certainly portable. It doesn't have, does it have speakers? It's called a portable disc and cassette player. I've never seen one of these. These have got to be fairly rare, I would think. I've never seen one of these in my life. Be interesting to test this one. It's in great cosmetic condition. Blue underneath. So it doesn't, oh, it takes batteries. Hopefully there's no corroded batteries in there. No, it looks nice and clean. So it's a genuine portable cassette record player. And we have outputs line out, so I'd probably have to plug into an amplifier. It will take a power supply, 4.5 volts, headphones, so it will play. You don't actually need speakers, you can just plug your headphones in. Maybe it's like an early Walkman. What a beautiful piece. That's got to be of pretty good value. I'll have to do some searching on that, but I've never seen one of those. Fancy throwing that into e-waste, so I'm glad that came here. With its original vinyl cover. That would have to be 1970, I'm going to guess it's say 1975. Certainly before CDs, and they came in the early 80s. What a great piece, that one. I guess that qualifies for my boombox collection. Portable music, excellent. Okay, now something in Christine's department, but she didn't want it. It's a Singer. These are very common. It's got a little bit of damage to the case here. The portable Singer machines are very, very common machines. A lot of people bring them in and think they're sitting on quite a fortune, but unfortunately they made them by the millions and they don't bring very much to resell. I'll have to get a screwdriver. It hasn't got the key. It's got a little hole this end, and you can open it with a flat screwdriver because the keys are basically just a flat piece of metal. So I'll give it a turn. There we go. What conditions it's in. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. It is missing the bobbin cover and the bobbin. So this has an electric motor on it, this one. Bakelite plug, the wiring looks okay. It's got the light fitting here. Oh, the wiring looks a little dodgy around this end, just where it goes into the plug. Probably still works. I think I'll give it a test on my appliance tester at home. Even though it doesn't have a bobbin, it can't be used, but you'd be able to find those bits. Oh no, it's quite tight. I don't think I'll bother actually. I don't think I'll bother plugging it in. The belt's quite stretched. But I should plug it in just to make sure it's safe, just to make sure it has an earth and no one's going to electrocute themselves. We'll probably find out if the motor works, but it may well slip on the belt. Price-wise, I think we could probably ask about $30 for this just as a display piece, just a decorator item. Probably dates maybe to the 50s. But yeah, it's got the original case in reasonable condition. Well, that's all right. We won't. I'll just test it, make sure it's safe, and we'll try and get our $30 for it. A handful of smaller items here. We have a kitchen appliance, certainly not electrical. I don't know why that was included with electrical. But this is a mincer, although this is different to your normal mincer. It's got a juicing attachment to it, which is rather unusual. Don't think I've seen too many with this. So up until this part, it's the same as any normal kitchen mincer. And it seems to be in reasonable condition. The clamp's okay. And I usually get about $15 to $20 for those mincers. Given that this one's got the juicing attachment, I'm thinking I'll probably put about $30 on this one. It should sell quite well at that. Don't have to do anything with this. Don't have to electrically test it or anything, obviously, because it's not electrical. I'm not sure why it doesn't wind right round. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we'll go $30 and that should be a quick seller. Now this one is photography related, and I think that's just a developing tank for developing your own film. Some sort of chemical that you'd use in there. I've never actually developed my own film, but I'm sure that's what it's for. It's probably branded Kodak or something. Doesn't actually give a name on it. Oh, it says Universal Developing Tank. All right, not sure what they're worth. We'd probably just get $5 for that. We have another one of these universal slicers. I think that's the same as what was in that editing machine unit we had before. This is possibly a new one, or at least it's been put back in the original box. No, it's not new. It's a little rusty, but we'll try and get $5 for that as well. And the other one here is a print roller. Not exactly sure what a print roller is. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought those rollers might be all perished or something, but they feel okay. They're hard, but they're not breaking up. Fairly heavy construction. So I'm not sure what it rolls. I guess it's to do with photography. Print roller. Maybe something to do with when you do develop your own photos, the photographic paper may need to be rolled flat or something. Don't know. I think we'd probably be looking at 10. I'll have to check eBay on that one in case they're worth a bit more. But it looks like a pretty good piece of kit. So a couple of 5s and a 10, so about $20 worth there maybe. Next we have a couple of video cameras. I did have a look in that earlier. This one's a National video camera. So these would be back to the 80s, I would think. And this one has the cord, National F2CCD. Not sure, probably late 80s, maybe early 90s, before your more digital type things come along. I don't know, is it a digital one though? Does it have a cassette? I'm not sure. I've never used any of these. I'll have to check that one out. Don't know what sort of value that's going to be. It just depends if it's a hard model to get or something. We have the cord, and we have some information here for an AC adapter, but I don't know that I have any power supplies for it. So that requires more checking. May not be a lot of value in that one. And this one I did look at. It's your classic old style movie camera. I think it's a Super 8. How does it come out? Yeah, it's called a cabana. I thought that's what you had with cheese when you wanted a snack. Super 8 looks very 70s, big lens on it, telescopic lens of some sort. It doesn't look in too bad condition. This is the sort of thing that I'd like to go out and stand by the road and point at cars. I think that'd be a lot of fun. You get a lot of beeps, I guess. Perhaps some abuse. It looks in reasonable condition. Now, I don't know, does it take batteries somewhere? Oh, it does in there. And that looks not corroded, that's good. And there's a little battery pack here that takes, it looks like 4 AA batteries. So, fairly primitive as far as movie cameras go, but it does record on, I don't know where the cassette goes. Open. Oh, there we go. That's where your Super 8 cassette goes. Looks clean in there. So I suspect this one might have a lot more collectability, probably a bit more value than the other one here. And I guess we can try and check it to see if it works, because I can easily find some of those batteries for it. I'll do that at home. Again, the price list I'll do at the end. Perhaps I'll test everything first and then do the price list at the end of this video, but I won't film testing everything. It's going to take me a couple of days to get all that done. But that's in its original case with its booklet. I suspect that could be $50 to $100 worth as a collectible, probably even more if it works. So that's a nice find. This bag is heavy, and I think it's a typewriter. I had a peek in here, but I haven't taken it out. So again, not really electrical. Oh, the zip's very stiff. But typewriters are good. They sell quite well. And if it's a classic sort of retro styling, it looks like it's got nice colour. A nice sort of turquoise blue. Oh, that needs some silicone spray. Oh, there's a power cord. So it might be an electric typewriter. Oh, geez, it's heavy. We have a book for it. Looks in great condition. Guess it's a benefit of keeping it in a bag. There we go. So it's an Electra, a Smith Corona Electra. That's in fantastic condition. So obviously we need to plug it in. So I'll test that one at home as well. We've got booklets. We've got problems with this machine. Oh, someone's actually typed out problems with this machine. The typed print is quite uneven. Firstly, some letters are light at the top and darker at the bottom, which this note actually demonstrates. Typing lowercase letters, many seem to be heavier than others. The tails of the letters are hitting the red part of the ribbon. They've even typed in capitals. Also, when typing in uppercase, you will notice that the underlined key types on the red part of the ribbon, and it actually shows slightly red. Well, interesting. Someone's gone to a lot of trouble to note its faults, but it's still operational if that's the case. I don't know how long ago that was. It's quite possible that the ribbon's dried out, but we'll give it a test. And I think I'll have to do some research, but I think that's going to be at least a $50 machine. People don't buy these to actually type letters, even though they'd probably like them to work. It's more a nostalgic thing, or props for a movie or something like that. Right, I don't think I'll put it back in the case. It was too much of a struggle, but I do need to take it home and test it. Some more smaller items now. We have a radiola, a transistor radio. I do like these, and this does fit under the umbrella of what I collect. The leather casing's actually, other than being a bit dirty, it's in pretty good condition. The front's not bad. It's rather dirty on the metal part here, but that might be a good restorer down the track. It's got a battery compartment. Hopefully there's none in there. And it looks like it has had some corrosion issues in the past, but hopefully it's not too bad. So this is this one's likely to go home to my shed and go with my transistor radio collection one day to be restored perhaps. But I'll work out a value for it as it is. We could try some power on it and see if it works. Not sure what's in this box. Looks like it's brand new, whatever it is. Oh, it's a what? Oh, it's a audio dynamics sound level meter. Looks brand new. Battery off, slow, fast. Okay, so I'll have to check that out, but that looks like an absolutely brand new machine. Does it have batteries in it? Oh, it's got a spot for a 9-volt battery and there's no corrosion in there. The foam surroundings breaking down a bit just from age, but that's okay. What a nice piece. I'll have to check that out, see what it's worth, but this one pretty much looks like it's never been used. Very nice. Never seen one of those before. Wouldn't even like to guess what it's worth. It's really just going to come down to how common they are. How did that go in there? It's cool. It's got its original packaging. Very nice. And this one, AWA unidirectional moving core microphone. So it's a microphone. Oh, it's a pair of microphones. Original case. Looks like there's a stand for it. They look in great condition too. Now the value on those is going to depend totally on whether they're a professional one or just a general consumer microphone, not microwave, but they're in great condition. Yeah, hopefully if they were like a top of the line at the time, I'm guessing they're maybe 1980s. They could be worth a fair bit still. I should be able to test them. So I'll take them home and give them a check. Original case, great condition. So it could be some pretty good value there as well. I think we're going to do really well out of all this. Okay, this next item, I think these go together. This is another video camera, and it would be from the probably 1980s or so. It's a Hitachi, and it looks in pretty good condition, has a microphone, so it does sound and video. And these things didn't actually have a cassette with them. You had to plug this big cable into the recorder that you carried over your shoulder. And I can remember back in the 80s going to a wedding once where the wedding photographer or videoer was filming the wedding, and they looked exhausted because they had to carry around this huge big recorder thing. It's quite heavy on their shoulder all day, and that's where you record on your VHS tapes. So it looks in pretty good condition in its protective case. So these together could well bring a bit of money. I think they'd be quite collectible now. So portable video cassette recorder with the video camera. And yeah, I'll have to check them out. I don't know if I can actually see if they work or not. I guess I can power them up somehow. They would have run off batteries. I don't know if I have a charger or if I have batteries or if there's a way of plugging them into the mains, but they're pretty cool. And we have a cable that I think suits that last video camera. It's quite a long cable. And this is branded Hitachi as well, and it's called an AC adapter charger. So perhaps this is a power supply for that portable VHS player. or VCR. So that looks in excellent condition. So the power supply to charge the batteries. I don't know if the batteries are going to be any good, but I'm glad that came with it as well. And there was another box with Hitachi on. I'll just go and grab that. So this one's called a video tuner, if that's what's in the box. And I gather it's all part of the same kit. Video tuner for Hitachi. So I'm not sure if this was to enable your video player to play through your TV. It's obviously the whole kit here, but I don't know about actual batteries. So I'll take it all home and see if I can get any life out of it. I might have to do a bit of research and a bit of asking AI how to set it all up, but it could be quite a valuable kit. Next, we go back a lot of years. We go back probably to the 1930s. We have a really cool looking Art Deco Bakelite radio, complete with chrome pillars. The speaker cloth's obviously no good. And if you look beyond that, the speaker is obviously no good as well. It's had some critters eat the paper. The dial looks pretty nice, but it doesn't have any stations on it like you normally see Australian radio stations, different states. That one just has the frequency numbers. It says a Graham product. I don't know what that means. The knobs are there. It's got some stuff falling out of the back of it. The back looks pretty weathered. It's been in a shed, I think, for a long time. It's quite rusty. Looks complete, but it does look very rusty. It would be a decent project to get going. The cords totally had it. Original Bakelite plug. So I think that will probably just go home with my Bakelite radio collection, and maybe one day I'll get into restoring those. I could always pass them off through Facebook Marketplace or something when I've finished with them, or maybe eBay if I decide I never want to do the job. I don't think there's a lot of value in this one in its condition it's in, but at least the original knobs and the glass is in good condition, and the Bakelite case doesn't appear to be cracked. Interesting shape. I don't know what brand it is. I can't see a brand on it anywhere other than where it says a Graham product on the glass. But yeah, happy to get Bakelite radios. A couple more loose items now, and again in terrible condition, particularly this one. It's some sort of early projector, but it's been in the wars. It's badly corroded. It's obviously been wet. The bottom part is Bakelite, I think. Cast aluminium is all oxidized a bit. There's some rust on this part. It looks like it had film. You could put a bit of film through it, short film strips. That one's seized. Oh, it does move. So it's not it does possibly take slides as well. So a basic projector, possibly even called a magic lantern or something back in the day. It's pretty early. I'd say it's 1930s, maybe even 20s, but in terrible condition. I'll probably just sell that for about $5 as it is. I'll check it out in case it happens to be a rare one. I can't see any branding on it. It does have, say, Oscilloscope on the lens. I don't know if that's a brand or the actual lens. It did take a mains plug of some description on the back. But yeah, pretty poor condition, that one. This one's not in the best shape either. It's got a crack across the glass. It's a double halogen globe floodlight. So I'm not sure what it was used for. It's got the big toggle switches to bring either globe on. Halogen globes get incredibly hot, which might explain why the glass is cracked. I think it had a fan in it too, made in West Germany. So the fan would have been trying to keep the thing cool. I guess that's why it's got the ribbing around the outside of the lens here. But yeah, not in the best condition at all. Don't know that it's going to have a lot of value. I will check that out. But yeah, that'll probably just be for sale, cleaned up a little bit. I don't think I'll try and get it working. All right, I better brush this bench off. Bit of housework. Not much to go, just a few more boxes. I don't know what's in this one. No branding on the box. And I don't think I looked in this one. It's some sort of light. Probably to do with photography again. And again, not in very good condition. The cord's been wrapped up for a long, long time. I don't know what that paper is. It's actually a timber, a wooden electrical fitting. It's got like a vent on top. So whatever it was, it does look like just a floodlight. Maybe that paper is covering the glass lens. Yeah, it does look like there's a glass lens under there. I'll take that off at home. I'm certainly not going to be plugging that in. I can see bare wires everywhere. But it does look like some type of floodlight, perhaps from a theatre. I don't think it's to do with photography, unless it mounted this way and it was like an enlarger or something. But then if it mounted this way, I don't know how the vent would work, because it would get a lot of heat back here. I think this, oh, it comes out. Oh, here we go. There's a globe of some sort in there. And a lot of very old bubble wrap. Something else is wrapped up in here. Yeah, there's a big lens at the front. There's a couple of globes. All right, well, I'll investigate that at home. It's going to have a bit of value, just as a curio, but I'm not sure if it's actually photography or just a floodlight for a theatre or something. I won't open this box, but it's another editing viewer for editing tapes. Oh, I will open it just to make sure that's what's in it. Yeah, it is, and in much better condition than the first one, so that's okay. Get a little bit more value. I don't think they're rare and I don't think they're worth a lot, but very good. This box actually says scientific equipment, and it's actually labelled oscilloscope. So if this is a vintage oscilloscope, I think it is, with a cover. Oh, I've got a soft spot for oscilloscopes. I'm not sure why. I've always liked them. I do have a modern one at home. I don't use it much. I don't really know how to use it very well. And I've got some vintage ones. You have seen some vintage ones on my channel. And I'm always struggling whether to sell them or keep them because I just like them. But here's, look at that. That's in fantastic condition. It's a BWD. I think these were made in Melbourne. Excellent condition. I'm guessing it probably works fine. I'll give that a test at home and see if it works. It's got all the connectors and leads and probes with it. Wow, and if you don't know what an oscilloscope does, it basically shows a visual of what is going on electrically. So you can get music signals, which are essentially electrical impulses, and the speaker turns them into sound, but this actually turns them into vision, so you can see what's going on. Audio guys use oscilloscopes to check signals and see where an amplifier is perhaps clipping the signal. You can use it to trace voltages, different sine waves, square waves. It all becomes a visual output on the oscilloscope screen, which is a cathode ray tube, a CRT, like a mini TV screen. Modern ones don't use those. They use like LCD and more modern displays. But this is the old CRT tube, which probably goes back nearly the full length of the piece of equipment. They're very cool. Even if you don't use them, they're very cool. They look cool when they're on. They look cool even when they're off, just as a piece of vintage test equipment. I don't know. Hope you share my enjoyment of these things. Right, I'll have to test that at home. Value-wise, they're outdated, these old ones, because they don't have the signal range or the frequency range that modern ones have. It still should be worth maybe upwards to maybe about $100 if it's in working order. And I've got to convince myself now to sell it, but I will check it first. Nearly finished. In this tub we have, whoops, some bank cash bags with something in. I think this is all photography stuff. I'm not sure, and I might bulk this up in one box. Is that part of a developing tank? I don't know. What's in this one? Some sort of cylinder. I'm not sure. They do have rubber grommets at the end. They might go in something else. I'm not sure. I don't know what they are. Put in the comments if you know what they are. But I'm guessing it's photography stuff. I don't know what this is. This is some sort of lens. Looks like it's adjustable up and down to focus. Oh, it actually says it's an Optiscope. All right, I'm none the wiser because I don't know what an Optiscope is. Perhaps that goes on the bottom of that other light thing. Might bolt up to it. I'll have to check that out. No idea really, no idea of value. Looks pretty old. Right, this box has a bit of a mixture. I think this is a downlight thing for a photo enlarger for darkroom work. You hang it perhaps up that way. There's obviously a light fitting in the top, so it might provide a certain coloured light for when you're developing film. We have a flash or some sort of light reflector. Don't know what that's off. And various bits and pieces here. These are all cast aluminium. And maybe these are something to do with an enlarger as well. I don't know what these are. I'll have to group them all together. There's some more chain in here. And I'm not sure what this is. Masking board, oh, okay. Yeah, this is more photography stuff, an enlarging easel. So perhaps that square light we've got over here shone on this and you could focus it to enlarge photos up to certain sizes. I don't know, and I'm probably going to sell all this in one bulk lot. There's something else in the bottom here for bromide paper. Yeah, that will be to do with developing. It says darkroom something or other. And what's in here? Looks like some sort of glass. Ah, okay. Yeah, photography stuff. I will be bulking it up. If you know anything about this stuff or if you're interested, I'll do a bulk deal. I'm happy to pass it on quickly. It's a bit difficult to put all this in the shop sometimes when I don't know how to label it or what to price it at. And sometimes if someone's nearby when I'm unpacking and says, hey, I'll give you 20 bucks a lot, I'll say sold, just to get out of my hair. All right, I'll pack this up. We have one more box to go. And the last box is a big one. And I had a look in here, but I didn't know what it was, and I closed the lid straight up. So I don't know what we've got in here. We've got a large globe wrapped up in a rag. This looks like it's Bakelite. I think that's an automotive. I think that's a timing light for timing your engine. Yeah, it's got the right sort of ends on it for clipping on your spark plug leads. So Bakelite timing light. I don't need to keep that. Might be worth about $20. And there's a big box in here. Oh, what is it? It's some sort of, it's a Kodak printer. Model 9/14, manufactured in Australia. Big brass latch thing on the front. Oh, okay. It looks like an old style photocopier. Oh, I think it's just a light box. There's a switch at the front. Now that comes off. That's glass. What's under the paper? Another sheet. And there's some globes under there that I can see. They're like fluoro tubes, I think. Oh no, oh, they're UV. There's one missing. I think they're ultraviolet fluoro tubes. So it's obviously for photography work. We knew that when we read Kodak. Okay, I'll have to do some checking on that. I guess we can plug it in and see if it lights up. And other than being a bit dirty, it's not in too bad a condition. It's very dirty on top. It's made of timber. It looks like it had some sort of vinyl covering and it's torn off it. Yeah, because you can see it around the edges of the tag. But otherwise, it's actually not in bad condition. I think I'll plug that in and see if it does anything. And I don't know what it's worth, but we'll have to check it out. All right, that's everything. What a drop-off. I'm going to go home and take all this and do some checking and cleaning, and we'll get together a list for the notepad. So what a haul, hey? It all dropped off because the people just were going to dump it. So I've got a lot of stuff to go through. I've got a bit of testing, I've got a bit of cleaning to do. I'm going to do some research and we'll do up a notepad, a list, and see what sort of value I reckon I can get. Some of the stuff I might keep. Most of the stuff I should sell. A lot of it I would like to flip really quickly. So if you're interested in anything, shoot me a message. And just like that, I'm home. So yes, as I was saying, if you're interested, shoot me a message. But I've decided to split this video into 2 parts because we're at well over half an hour and I've still got to go through, and I thought I might as well test things on camera, and then we'll get the notepad organized and we'll see what the deal tallies up to. So put your comments below. How much do you think I've got here? $500 worth, $1,000 worth? I don't know. The prices I'll be working out will be what I consider a realistic selling price. Some of the items I will keep, as I just mentioned, because I just can't help myself, and I will give them a rough value as they are, and we'll do a list. So that'll be the end of the next video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in and see as we test things. Wonder if anything's going to blow up. Wonder if it all works perfectly. Could be quite interesting. We'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.